Wagwan, everyone. Yo,
Wagwan.
Yo, this is your boy. This is your boy Tribal, aka Killer Combs.
Come on.
For the
Man,
first
like-
episode, man. For the first episode of Beyond the Labels. So basically, I assembled the Avengers, like this formidable team of like intelligent, beautiful, charismatic,
and the earth.
Handsome. Don't forget the handsome beats.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
gifted young black men. Yeah, they came from roaming online and realizing that there's no real podcast tackling like subject on a funny but an intelligent and a real way. There are some, but not in the way that I wanted to do it. So I brought together like some of my good friends to do this thing. So without like bullshitting too much, introduce yourself to the world. To start off, Ray Infinity.
Yeah, man.
So tell me more about yourself, bro.
What's going on, guys? I'm Ray up to the infinity. Check my energy, soft to hazel. You get me? And I'm just an intellectual mind, fam. You get me? I'm an intellectual mind that's very interested and focused in the potential of humanity and where we can go in it. That's where my stance is on things in general. Do you get me? So happy to be here. Happy to discuss some forward moving thoughts. Do you get me? And get some good conversations out of it. That's what I'm on.
Okay, safe.
All right.
Yo, thanks, Ray. Thanks, Ray. Yo, so next on our list, man, it's the one and only man, Innocent. So introduce yourself, my good friend.
Yeah, what's up, Ben? Nice to meet you guys. Well, as for me, I'm really interested in being a part of this podcast because, my field of work is actually everything has to do with finance. So everything that's going around the world for me has to do with money. So what I do is I follow the money, what's going on, who's paying who's getting rich, who's getting poor, how the poor how the rich controls the poor, and so on and so on. So that's my contribution to this podcast.
Yo, nice. So Ray's gonna give us like a philosophical, like broader vision of life, whereas like Innocent will give us like an intricate like financial,
analysis,
and pathway. Like so the people out there like can scheme through like all the obstacles Babylon is throwing at us. So next on the list, man, my main man, Oscar. How you doing, man? Say something about yourself.
What's going on, boys? Yeah, man, it's Oscar, aka Bex. Yeah, man, I'm just started just to like, chop it up with some like-minded individuals, and I like to look at a topic such as what's going on in social media, reading up on different books as well. You get me picking up different gems in the books, and what I want to do is just hopefully spread that information in it and connect it together with you, man, and the whole world, man.
Yeah, yo, thank you very much, Oscar, man. So Oscar's gonna be like the voice of reason, like the thing like putting the bricks together. So last but not least, man, it's our main man, Shinobi, Wiz, man, you know what I mean?
The guys go
ninth Hokage. Ninth Hokage.
Alright, cool, safe. Yeah, you already know, man, innit? Wiz, man, the man himself, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Wiz, man, Wiz, you name it. As you said, you already know, man. What else can I say, man? When it comes down to the naming, no long thing, man. But I'm just an energy type of guy, you see? I come with the energy, and I learn, I absorb and I bring that same energy to the next topic, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, basically you call me the icing on the cake, innit? The toppings, you know what I'm saying? You get me the sauce,
cherry on the top.
sauce, man. Right. You know what I'm saying?
all right.
Yeah.
So next to being like the Duracell, you're gonna bring that little,
leave it to me,
that little sparkle, that little
That's
energy.
right.
Yo, that's what's up, man.
Definitely.
Obviously,
I bring life to the party. Say it like that.
So that's what's up, man. You're more than that, fam. You're more than that. You're also an engineer. You're also someone that can program. So you're more than that, you know. So
Ain't
of
like
course, obviously you're humble, but it's all good. It's all good.
easy for me.
But so like I said, this is the team, man, and I'm proud like to assemble all of you guys. And what I am personally wanting to do is to speak about like different type of subject, but on a three-dimensional level. Like not only like interjecting like humor, but also like philosophy, law, and really like dissecting like subject like on a personal level. So that's what's up. So that's the name of the podcast, like Beyond the Labels. So we're gonna try like to go beyond these fucking labels of like just being black, white, whatever. We're gonna invite people from all walks of life and really gonna go like beyond like what people expect us to say or think, you know? And that's what's up. So like without like bullshitting too much, let us just start like with the topics on the round table. So
All right.
any of you man want to start, man? Like, have you got something on your radar that happened like this week that you lot want to talk about that we can like further develop like as a team?
Hmm. Um,
Yeah, man. Yo, I got a little topic that happened in the ends, innit? And
Nice one, nice one.
yeah, a little local topic can start off with that. Basically, there's a guy, Nigerian guy. Um, he come to Manchester basically just to make a living, as many of us Africans doing it, you know.
yeah.
Come to make a living, and he started. He had nothing in his pocket, and he basically started off wanting to make like a food business. So he made a food business called Moston Sear. So he started off in Moston, which is like North Manchester.
All
Um,
right.
and he had a little trailer that was like selling suya meat, and he'd been doing it, and as a community guy, yeah. Everyone knows him and all that sort of stuff. He's doing really well, happy guy, joyful, and then he got attacked by a racist. Basically, he didn't get attacked physically, but his business got attacked. So what happened was,
Oh.
yeah, man. So what happened was like
Mm.
he'd
I've
seen
seen
the
that
guy,
one.
and the guy was apparently called Craig or something like that. And he's just like, "Oh, I'm sick of you black immigrants, coming here to Austin,
Taking our
start your
jobs.
businesses. Yeah, taking jobs, all that sort of talk, innit? But he's not taking anyone's job. He's
The
made
whole
his own
reason
job.
of the Brexit, innit?
You get me? He's made his own job, right? And he's decided, right, you know what? I'm gonna cut like off my own back, off my own of his own money. He's gonna like do something good in the community, like even helping out homeless people. So on Wednesdays, he'd even like
Yeah.
serve food to homeless people as well. You get me?
True. That's what I was doing, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. And then he must have went into the post office one time. Like I think one time he got his trailer stolen, and he got it back. And then the next like a few months later or something, like a month later, he must have went into the post office, and he's just like just chatting to the,
To the cashier.
the cashier, yeah. And she was like, "Oh, yeah, how you doing? You okay? Have you not seen your trailer? Your trailer's like been robbed. It's burnt." And he just started laughing, like, "Oh no, I seen it like today, this morning. It's fine." Like, laughing it off, thinking it must be something else. But anyway, he's gone out now. Yeah, he's gone back to obviously do his business. He went down. He went to the corner where he had it parked up, and he just seen the trailer just in ashes, bro.
Mad.
Mad thing, it all burnt down. You get me? And he must have posted it, but the community pulled through. So somebody must have put a GoFundMe link out there just
Page,
to like
yeah.
contribute page. And I think within like 24 hours, he must have got 20 grand. Next day, 60 grand. I think last time I checked, it was 77 grand as well.
Oh, that's good,
So
Mad.
man.
Shit.
yeah, man. So
That's
yeah,
crazy.
everyone come through for a minute, but it's just mad how people can think that way. Like, a guy that's come with nothing in his hand, come to the country, he's trying to do good for the community, and people just out there just trying to wreck his thing, but not because he's black and he looks different from you. You get me? That's just,
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen that one. I've seen it. I can't even imagine how that guy must have felt, man. Imagine a lifetime saving just to like
yeah,
live out to dream and build something. And he wasn't even doing anything wrong. Actually, he was helping out people. you know. And you have some next guy just coming out and like burning literally your dream to ashes. I mean, that Greg guy, like we were mentioning, like although he was racist, I think it was mixed. The feelings was mixed a little bit with frustration. Maybe he didn't accomplish anything in his life, you know. He was just taking it out on that guy that, despite all the obstacle that as an immigrant we come through, or whenever we get to England and we still manage to make something out of ourselves, he must have felt frustrated, I think. And that's all. I think deep down, that's when all that racist stuff just comes from, you know, because no one is taking their jobs, you know. We're not.
But
if they
do you
actually want
honestly
to work,
do you think that racism comes from an intelligent place though? Like, I really don't. Do you get me? Like, I think whatever kind of intelligence my man used to decide to burn down his truck was just not nonsensical. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, it's literally just picking a black person and trying to say that, okay, that's someone that I can then vent my anger on. That's someone I can then take whatever I feel out on. And then they've done that. Do you know what I mean? Like, so stuff like that bothers me because it just shows the state that that the whole place is in, fam. You get me? We still have people like that who for no reason just feel like it's within their right to then take it out on someone else because of whatever personal problems that they may have. Who's taking what jobs? How can someone come from Africa, you born here, and then they've come and then they've taken your job? You are idiots. You are bastards.
it's not possible.
That's all you are. To let someone come from abroad and still take your jobs, then you didn't have the job to start with, you idiot, stupid iguana. This is silly, man.
Trust me, man. Like, the maddest thing is now, like, how are they taking job? He's come here with nothing in his hand, and he's created a job, his own job.
Exactly.
You've had a head start. You were born here, and all these years you're not managed to do nothing in your life. You get me?
That's why I know, innit? Yeah, this whole thing about taking jobs is all rubbish. It's all
bullshit. It's true.
It's people just finding ways to excuse
excuses
their own insufficiencies, bruv, and try and sort of deflect it on something. It's no one's fault at all. No one's to blame for you not having a job. It's you, bro. You spent most of your life on the dole. You've not gone and actually looked for jobs in the places you want. So why are you going to be angry at someone else who's come and grafted? Do you get me? It's silly, man. The whole thing is silly to me.
Yo, real talk. You know, just to add on top of it, like even in America, like during civil rights movement before slavery, often the people that used to get lynched and whose property used to get burned were business owners. So from the start, the get-go, there's a certain hatred for black men or minorities or whatever was successful. And like you said, Ray, it comes from a place of ignorance. It comes from a place where people like project their insecurities on other people, because it's always easy to hate on next man rather than like to improve your own life, to improve your own situation. You get me? So that's what's up, man. But luckily, like, the community came through, and like it kind of gives you like, you know, like hope for mankind that despite like nasty things like that can happen, there's still some good people out there, like
that's it.
Like, you know what I mean? Like doing it for people like him. So kudos.
Of course,
to everyone that's giving money.
It was nice to see that it wasn't just black people or African community that were giving out money. There were also like British born people. There was also like Caucasian people that gave out money. So I think it's just a minority, you know, like the whole racism thing is just a minority.
I think that racism, the source of it, has always been negative emotion. You know, even people said like, ignorance. No, you're ignorant, but with your ignorance, you feel superior. That's why you have that state of mind, that mindset, and that's why you speak in that specific tone, or, you know, the way that you orientate your words towards someone. You know, even with ignorance, it comes from a sense of superiority, and that superiority is also negative. You know what I'm saying? Because as human beings, as men, we're all supposed to be equal. You know, even though some people are born with
silver spoon in the mouth.
That's it. Well, but the person with silver spoon in their mouth, you know what I'm saying, when pushing comes to shove and survival of the fittest, you know, if something happens tomorrow, you know, I'm for example, like more destined, let's say, like to be the survivor of let's say what you call it, a natural catastrophe, you know what I'm saying? Because thanks to my hustle, thanks to my struggle, you know, coming from a lower rank of whatever you call it, the way these human beings like make these hierarchies, whatever you call them, will ensure my survival because I have to struggle. You know, I come from a different place when it comes to it. You know what I'm saying? Well, so bottom line, that sense of superiority is actually an illusion. You know what I'm saying? Because also,
Of
you
course,
know,
man.
yeah, you get me. Like Innocent, you just said your specialty is money and everything. Like, you know,
True.
you get me. It's
Divide and conquer scheme, man. Like I don't
Yeah,
know
but
which American president said it, but it basically boils down to like if you make like the lowest white man believe that he's better than
Yeah.
yeah,
the greatest
the
black man,
highest, yeah.
Yeah.
you can
Then
basically like pick his pockets without him like
Well,
saying anything.
see,
Yeah.
this for me in it. This is what I'm so passionate about, sort of just humanity in it, and sort of understanding humanity. The problem with racism and all that kind of stuff, it all comes from a sense of people not having a solid enough sense of self. Do you get me? That they feel like they need to project their insecurities outwards. Do you know what I mean? Like all of it comes from, like I said, it's all insecurities. Because really and truly, we are all born the same. Do you get me? But then we're all conditioned to think very differently outside of ourselves. But really and truly, once we connect deeper with who we are, then there's no reason. Like when you really connect with yourself in it and you realize who you are, you have no reason to hate on another man because you know
That's true.
you're just as capable as anyone else.
That's
You get
it.
me? You're not gonna hate on another man because they're getting these jobs. That's such a
For real, man. For real.
a stupid, weak-minded sort of thing to say. Like, are you not capable? Do you get me? And it just shows that these guys don't have a solid grip on their own capabilities. Do you get me? Because they're not
Yeah.
in tune with themselves. You feel me? When you're in tune with yourself, when you in tune with your humanity, you realize that you don't need to hate on anyone outside of yourself because there's more than enough in this life, in this world, in it, yeah, to fulfill you, bruv. 10 lives over, bruv. Do you get me?
Yeah.
And that's
That's
what's
it.
happening. People aren't connected with themselves. Therefore, we're playing this outwardly game where everyone's trying to reach out and compete outwardly and whatnot, fam. You get me? And that's where the racism's coming from because people aren't connected inside, fam. You get me? So they're seeking all this outside stuff.
How do you
Yeah,
explain then people that have it all, yeah, but still feel a certain way, you know?
Yeah, see that people that have it all and then feel a certain type of way is because it just depends on how, because like I say, you may feel like they have an advantage in certain respect, but they
Every
don't.
aspect.
Get
Let's say in
me?
the sense like,
We're literally.
yeah, go on.
Sorry, go on. You're saying a sense of.
In the sense of like, first of all, you know, like since we're talking about racism anyway, you know, they like I personally think no man is superior to me. I don't care what skin tone you are, but let's say, you know, facts still remain thanks to being, let's say, Caucasian. You have better chances than me, let's say, you know what I'm saying? For me, that's not something that I keep in count, but I don't need to keep in count. Just everything else, let's say, like the way that everything is organized will keep in count for me. You know what I'm saying? It bursts my bubble whether I want to or not. So for me, that is something, for example, like that person has already the skin tone, this color skin has an advantage towards me. And he has, let's say, money, he's got the best car and everything. But when he sees me, he still has something against me in a sense. Like he still sees like, raw, that guy, I just don't like him. You know what I'm saying? You get me?
Now, see, I don't think that, because it may seem like they have the advantage in it, yeah, but in a lot of respect, when you actually look at the big picture, they don't. You feel me? Because there's still a lot of rich kids who have had a silver spoon, and because they've had a silver spoon in their mouth, they've turned out to
don't
be
know how to do
completely
anything.
useless. They're completely useless because they've never had to learn how to. Everything's always been done for them. Do you get me? Whereas us, where we've come out the mud, fam, we've had to hustle, bro. We've learned a lot. I always say in it, yeah, like the struggles that you go through in it, yeah, the struggles that you individually go through in it, yeah, is your advantage over everyone in life. Do you get me? Because when you come out of
for
those,
real.
it's like gymming. Do you get me? It's like it's the sets that you're gonna do that's gonna give you the muscles, fam. Do you get me? You become such a better person, a stronger person when you overcome those challenges. You get me? People who don't have those challenges to overcome turn out useless, fam. Turn out depressed, self-pity, just doing drugs, doing all of that kind of stuff. You get me in it? Yeah? So it may seem like they may be advantaged, but they're really not because you have a certain mind frame, a certain skill set that is far. That's greater than what they have. Do you get me? Which is why when they see you, they still see the competition. Do you get me? Because they see your energy and they feel the vibration. You feel me? And it's like, raw. This guy's on job. I'm still living with my parents, bruv. My parents pay for everything, all of that kind of stuff. But this guy's independent. Do you get me?
Yeah.
So, like I say, it all literally balances out. Do you get me? I don't feel like anyone's advantage or disadvantage in it. Yeah, when you really come into contact with who you really are, fam.
Yeah, I see that. No, you're right.
Yeah. So like going back like to what you lot was saying, don't you think like Ray was talking about like being in tune with your humanity. Don't you think like people are artificially conditioned to hate each other? That humanity doesn't
Yeah.
go with capitalism, because capitalism
Bro.
turns individuals into society into like from a young age hating on each other. Like okay, it's a competition, individualism, making money. Oh, he's got more money than me. Fuck him. I need to make more money. Oh, that black guy, that fucking black bastard. Who do you think he is? With his fucking food whatever. Like, let's burn that shit down. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
man.
Yeah, word.
so indirectly,
This is what I'm saying. This is like the depth. What I've come to really realize in it, in all honesty, in it, yeah, is that capitalism society in it, yeah, it's pretty much anti-human. I read in a Napoleon Hill's book in a Think and Grow Rich, said that the fallacy of sort of man right now is that societies that is driving man like a machine, it's working man like a machine, but man was not designed to work like a machine. You feel me, fam? To go and dedicate your entire life to doing something you're not passionate about, you're not interested in, just to forward the system. It's not right. That's what's driving the psychosis of man. You feel me? That's where the depression is coming in. Do you get me? Because it's like a flipping a Ferrari. It's unnatural. It's unnatural for us to be like that. Do you get me? For our physical health and our mental health as well. Do you get me? But society just drives this rhetoric that makes people kind of just lose themselves. You feel me? And that's where it's all coming from. And that's why, to an extent, in it, yeah, even this racist and whatnot in it, yeah, I have a piece of empathy for them. Do you get me? In it, I think they're silly, but I have a lot of empathy for them because
they've been conditioned.
Yeah,
Martin
Luther King said that like he wants to like heal or liberate the racists from their racism. You know?
Yeah, because
real talk.
It is applied because really and truly, when you deep in it, anyone who's ready to throw out such mad hate and pain in it, yeah, means that they themselves are pained. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like I said,
hurt.
If you was in tune with yourself in it and you was in a good place, fam, you find no reason. There'll be no reason for you to hate on anyone. Do you get me? But these races, they're so contorted in their mind frame. They've been so brainwashed. They've been themselves abused to the point where they now have all of this pent up frustrations that when it gets to a boiling point, they feel like they have to, release it. Do you get me, fam? And then the target becomes who they've been sort of engineered to target. Do you get me? Which is the black people who they've been taught that it's lower than them or lesser than them and all of that kind of stuff. They automatically become the target. You feel me? It's because these people have been battered themselves, fam.
And racism,
a lot of it comes down to education as well, though. You get me? Like, because you can get them from racists from all types of backgrounds. They could be rich, could be silver.
True.
Fat
Rich,
racist,
poor, even black.
Racist.
There's also some racist black people. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, but it's just the education and what they've been taught. Like because you can see now, yeah. You know what? There's one time, yeah. I remember now. I was in Sheffield actually in uni, innit? I must have been in like Tesco or something. I was just walking by, and then there was like a kid, like just getting about and stuff. Like when a kid wanders off, and then the dad goes, "Oh, watch out for that black guy there." And it's like, it threw me off, innit? It threw me off. I was thinking, like, what? Like I was the only person in the aisle, so obviously I'm a black guy, but you don't have to point out my skin, my color. Do you get me? Like, point out the obvious, innit? So,
As supposed to what? What was he supposed to say?
Yo,
watch out for the Ghanaian guy over there.
Yeah, but like you don't need to point it out, innit? You don't need to point it out. Like why did you have to point it out? Because it was a white guy. You wouldn't have said that.
Facts. You could have just said, "Watch out for that guy, fam." You didn't have to.
Yeah, I was the only
directly
guy
indicate the color. Yeah.
So you know that guy. Yeah, he's teaching his kids all that. He's saying some stuff.
Yeah.
It starts at home, man. It starts at home. Because kids aren't racist. Kids aren't racist. They are conditioned to be racist. Like I think racism is obviously it's a tool that the elite uses to keep like that pyramid in check. You know what I mean? Because you need to have like fights between people underneath. You need like the working man, white working man.
Conflict.
Need to think like the brown or the black working man is stealing his jobs, so that the elite guys who are not even all white, you know what I mean? Of course, there's a concentration of white elite people, but they're black. There are black people that are elite as well. I think it's a class system at a certain point. But they need that divide and conquer scheme, so the guy can the working man, the working white man can go out and say like, look at these foreigners, or look at these like brown or black people, whatever color people are stealing our jobs, or they are the reason why things are not going well for me. You know what I mean?
I personally think in it, there's a rhetoric out there in it, to literally keep people dumb and stupid. Because when you look at society in it, really and truly, there's so much, that's just
potential
fucking people up, bro. Like, I'm talking deep fucking people up, fam, from what we watch to the type of food we eat to the type of ideology, what we're hearing, everything that literally in it. I feel like if you imagine it, you're like, say everything's is a wave and a vibration in it, and as you go forward in it, you have a taking the rays of these vibrations that are available in it, in your every single day, you're walking just calmly in it, and there's so much shit bombarding you, bro. There's so much shit just constantly bombarding you, to a point where you're just eating all of these different type of vibrations that may not suit you, that may be harmful for you, but there's just so much of it, you don't even know what you're taking in and what you're not. You get me? From the news you listen to, the music, the environment, the people, the ideologies, everything that is just literally, I feel like in it, it's just so much that's just dragging our humanity down, bro. Like, reducing our humanity to nothing, brother. Making people feel like they're nothing, because really and truly in it, every single one of us, every single one of you right now in it, has infinite potential, bro, to literally do and be anything. Do you know what I mean, fam?
Definitely.
But they don't want that, bro. They don't want that, because when you know you can do and be anything, bro, you don't need to play this stupid game that they got you playing, fam. You get me?
They can't control you anymore.
They can't, exactly. It's a control.
But we have to be careful. Because what I'm saying is like, it's true, we can do. We have enormous potential. I'm the banking guy, as in I'm not defending the capitalists.
I wanted to have your point of view about that, because we spoke about it in the past, and like, how do you see it, like in a short-term, indirect way? What's your take on it?
Well, on the short term, my vision is, I think, if you're not careful, then it's going to lead to chaos, because it's true that people are being like dragged down and being conditioned to think that they're less than shit, that they can't do anything they set their mind to, or you have to live within, a certain framework. It's true. But the thing is, like, if you take enough people out of that framework, thinking independently and doing whatever the fuck they want, then that leads to chaos. There's no more control. It happened in the past. Like, if you go way back, we've been like, right now we're using money to control people. But before, what was it? Before, it was religion. And before that, what was it? It was something else, So there's always a new system in place, and a new way that people that are on the top are imagining to control the mass and the population. Now it's money, but maybe later it's going to be technology. And then after that, it's going to be something else. I don't know. What I'm saying is, like, it's true. But if too many people just wakes up at the same time, like the Matrix, if everyone takes the blue pill, then it all goes to shit.
But look at what we have now, though. Do you get me? For me, I personally think in it, coming from the perspective of wanting the best for humanity, I think personally what we have right now is a piece of shit, bro. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Literally, like the system right now, innit? You're saying it might crumble, but bro, it's fucked up right now. It's fucking people up. There's suicides. There's all type of fuck shit that's going on right now because of the system that is in place at the moment. Do you get me? So I'm not gonna lie, I'm all for the change. You feel me? And I get it, innit? If too many people wake up, then it's gonna throw off the system and whatnot. But the system right now is literally designed for control, fam. It's literally designed to keep people down, to keep people repressed, innit? Yeah, I'm all for risking every human fucking knowing themselves and reaching their highest potential in it, and then whatever chaos ensuing, and then some order coming out of that.
So we should press. So we should press the reset button for you then. Like we should start all over again.
So can I just go back to what like Innocent said and like juxtapose like to what Ray said? Like, do you think like Innocent that it is naturally like ingrained in human society to be controlled by leaders? So it like it is a natural way of life that we as a species like kind of like organize ourselves. Like we always look like for a leader. We always look like for people.
We always look for guidance.
It's true.
Like we are set up in a certain way where like we need to be controlled by like some dons above us so chaos doesn't ensue. Is that what you're trying to say? Or perhaps maybe we can find like an other way, like where Ray's saying like to like unleash like our full potential as a species, we have to like let it go, enable like ultimate freedom for everyone.
What I'm saying is like humanity, as in we've got that potential to do amazing things, but given enough time, it's like it's human nature to fuck up. You know, it's human nature to be greedy. It's human nature to always want more. You know, so when push comes to shove, we don't want to take responsibility. It's just the way it is. So we're always going to be looking for that one power or that one person or that one leaders to follow, so that in case anything goes to shit, we can say, we're just following orders. You know, just following that person. It's God that made me do it. You know what I mean?
I hear that, but that's once again in it. Yeah, when we're looking outside for answers, we're looking to other people for answers. You feel me?
That's true.
It may be even like a spiritual journey, but when you go inside, in it, when you understand that you're responsible for everything, you stop looking for other people to fix your problems, in it. When things go wrong, you stop saying it's that this person and that person's fault. You take on the responsibility, and thus you then make change and whatnot. Do you get me? And what I was gonna say to that is, there's a difference between control and order. Definitely, we need order, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me as a human being, in it. Yeah, I can't be controlled, bro, because I hate being controlled because there's just so much breath and there's just so much wonder in humanity and just being alive, brother, being in this world. That who's gonna tell me that I shouldn't do this or that and da 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 da? Do you get me? Like, why can't I? Like, nigga, I'm gonna die one day. I'm gonna die one day. All of this experience that man's going through is gonna cease one day, fam. So I won't allow no one to tell me that I can't go and experience this, do that, or be this and that and before my time is up.
I agree with you. Yo, Ray, like before going like to the next subject, do you think ultimately that we as people born in this society, do you think that we have free will, or that we are socially engineered to like be who we are?
Absolutely.
Do you think that we've got free will, or is there really a choice? Because ultimately,
it's an illusion.
Like I'm with you, like Ray, I'm with you 100%. I truly believe in freedom. I truly believe like in the unlimited possibilities within mankind. I truly believe like our species will destroy itself if we continue to follow the path of the capitalists.
Yeah.
But on the other side, I can concur with like what Innocent said is like, is it really though? Or are we just naturally like inclined to like follow certain structures or follow certain leaders? And then my last point will be like, do we really have free will? How free are you? Because you want to be free, Ray, but at the end of the day, you have to pay these bills. So you as a free man, are you going to be like a real counterweight to like the whole machine as above us? What can we do as individuals to like reach that level of freedom that you're talking about?
As individuals, like for me, in it, if I'm completely honest, it goes beyond just being a human, in it, or just being like a physical being. Do you get me, in it? And wanting to sort of make a path through these physical things, because really and truly, like going back to your point about are we actually are we free and whatnot, we've all been brought up in a system that educates us to be and behave in a certain way. Do you get me? And thus we then start looking for all of these outside things to then justify what we need. Do you get me? So, for example, you say you do need to pay your bills, but the reason why you have the house that you have, or you're in the position that you're in, because you think that's the optimal thing that you should be doing at your stage and whatnot. Do you get me? Because of ideas that you've been given to you. A little example of that is like, I think to myself sometimes, because I've always wanted to be famous, I always wanted to make a lot of money, I wanted to do this and da, 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 da. But then one day I was just watching something on like nature, seeing like waterfalls and all of that stuff, and I was like, raw, holy shit, like something in me just hit, and I was like, raw, I want to be experiencing that, I want to be doing that. Do you get me? And I'm like, raw, so do I want to be rich and famous and all of that kind of shit, or do I want to be a part of nature, fam? Do you get me? And I'm thinking, what are these goals is actually mine? Because the rich and famous stuff is just as a result of being in the society that kind of, you think, okay, the optimum level for me to go, or the best way that's going to suit me is going to be this material kind of route. But then inside me, I'm like, raw, fuck all of that, bro. I give zero fucks about that, bro. I want to experience this world. I want to experience the expansion of this world and see all of these amazing things and whatnot. Do you get me? And it was just that just made me question whether, you know, my goals are my goals, or are mine influenced by the society and these ideals that I've been fed and whatnot. Do you get me?
I just wanted to add something. Well, I can't remember who said it, but there's a famous person that says a person's freedom ends when another person's freedom begins, right? So for me, what does it mean is like, if we want to live in a collective, like in a society, you can have free will, but for me, it's always going to be kind of an illusion, because unless you're alone on earth or alone in wherever the fuck you want to do things, then you won't truly have freedom or free will, because you will all have to like check yourself and control yourself, not to go overboard or not to impact on another person's point of view of freedom. So yes, you've got free will to want to do something. But you can't actually do whatever you want.
To an extent, I think you can, though. Do you get me? Like, I don't think you have to be. Me doing what's good for me doesn't have to impede on what's good for you. Do you get me in it? As long as, like I said, when you come into contact with yourself in it, you realize that love is like the highest frequency. Do you get me, fam? And that comes with respect as well. Me doing what's best for me doesn't mean I have to shit on you and what's best for you. I can still be respectful of what's best for you while still doing what's best for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, if our paths cross and it's in a way where it's going to conflict and whatnot, like, as natural, rational human beings, bro, we can work that shit the fuck out. Do you get me? It doesn't have to be where one has to trample on each other. Literally, by a simple conversation and getting to know and understand each other, we can literally work that out easy, bro. Do you get me?
Diplomacy always works.
Exactly.
That's true.
Yeah.
Real shit. It's not like, no, you don't have to be stepping on, because I think people feel like, oh, if one person's really free, then they can really go to extremes and do something that hurts other people and whatnot. But that's literally thinking on the extreme side. Do you get me? If you're literally being rational and normal and just literally wanting to enjoy and hold the frequency of love, bro, you be very understanding to other people. And as a result, because you're emitting this love frequency, they'll be very understanding of you. Do you get me? As humans, we were designed to coalesce. Do you get me? To be in the same realm, fam. Do you get me? And do stuff without necessarily conflicting. Yeah, coexist. You get me? And I think it's definitely possible, fam. Everyone can be free and happy in it, yeah, without impeding on other people's freedom and happiness. Because when you're really happy, all of these fuck shit features in it about you start to disappear. You feel me? It's because we're in this fucked up sort of environment now, and you're saying it, yeah, that people have such vices. For example, you know, sex, drugs, all of this stuff that leads man to do all of these crazy things that then become dangerous. Do you get me? Remove all of that in it, yeah, and you're just a man, you're just a woman, and you're in tune with yourself, and you realize that you understand what this life is, in it, and how expensive it is. Bruv, you ain't trying to step on no one's toes for no reason.
Just the final point, like to round it up, like what Ray was describing, I think, like really sounds like original African philosophy, Ubuntu. Basically saying, I am because we are. And what you were saying earlier on, like you basically like experiencing a struggle. Like the struggle you've experienced is like the struggle between like the natural man, which is like the beauty of nature, and the material man. That wants to have things because society has told him, has told us to like to be someone, you have to have these things. But ultimately, it doesn't go with the way how our society is built. And finally, what I wanted to say is, like, as a species, we have to go back to being a natural man, because ultimately capitalism will destroy us. So yeah,
Facts.
next topic.
Facts.
Next
Nah, that
topic.
was dope. Real shit.
Next topic. Yo, anybody else? Have you got something else like that's on your mind this week? That's on your radar? That's on
Yeah,
your
well,
mind you want to talk
the only
about?
thing that's on my mind right now is the COVID, man. It's COVID. It's the it's the lockdown. You know.
COVID.
Heavy topics there, man. COVID.
COVID. Yo, this is a
Who,
mystery
who,
thing
who,
now, but you know what? My cousin's
Trust
actually
me.
got it, you know.
Yeah.
Cousin's actually
Oh
got it, innit?
shit!
Yeah, but
Oh,
he's
swear
live
down.
on that though, innit? He's live though, he's live. You know what I mean? Like I
Is
know
it
a
the
few
guy that was
people that
playing
got it.
football yesterday? You know, on the pitch. You
Well,
know? Is
the
it because
one, the
he's
one, the
the
one
one the
against
one
Tottenham. Against Tottenham. Tottenham was
against
meant to
Tottenham?
play
It was not your
against
cousin.
Yo,
Leighton
listen.
which
Orient, I
one?
think it was. Leighton
There was a
Orient.
there was a guy that had COVID yesterday.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it was like 4 people of that team. I think it was four of them. 4 of them had COVID.
Yo,
Yeah,
leave
bare
Tottenham
people
out
got
of this,
COVID,
yeah.
man.
Leave
Yeah.
Tottenham
Bare
alone,
people.
right? Anyone who got a problem with Tottenham's against me, all right? That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
Well,
chill out.
Arsenal here, man. Arsenal.
Hey.
I've got no problems against Tottenham, man. Just pity.
Good.
You know what I
You're
mean?
good, man. You're good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
massive
come on.
pity.
You want
Hey,
to talk
listen,
goodie.
you should
You
just stop
support
where
Arsenal,
you should
man.
have just stopped where you ain't got no problem with Tottenham. That last word was you know what I'm saying?
Sad.
Anyways, for those who don't know, man's from Tottenham, so that's what I'm saying. You get me? So
Wow,
Okay.
cool.
yeah.
Cool.
You know,
So-
I'm starting to think that they hid the vaccine against the COVID in the Arsenal like trophy, you know, because they haven't won one. They haven't.
No.
They haven't
We won FA Cup. We won FA Cup. We won.
like 20 years ago, you know.
They hit it in the Champions League trophy.
Champions League.
That's
They will never get
That's
it.
what they hit it in.
You know what? This is one of your powers you gave me. Like I think it must have been 10 years ago. You said if you want to hide something from an Arsenal fan, you need to hide it in a Champions League trophy.
You will never get it.
I was like,
Hey.
yo, that was. Yo,
my
that was
was-
like a Hadouken in the face, man.
Sure, you can.
Hadouken.
Alright, cool.
This is like a topic we can like literally have like another 2-hour podcast about.
Trust me.
What's your take on it, guys? Like, what you guys think? Like
I think it ties in with the whole control thing that we were just talking about.
Yeah.
That's
Because we don't know where it came from, who created it. I don't think it's over some animal that some Chinese guy ate and
Nah,
like
you know what it is now,
believe
'cause
this.
it's rubbish, man. Because you know what, Chinese
ate
have been
like
eating bats for
pangolins,
ages.
pangolins and bats.
Trust.
Yeah,
They might be young bats for
Started
time.
coughing.
They've been eating bats for like thousands of years. You get me? So why is it now?
Trust me.
Yeah, that's it.
Why all of a sudden not? Why all of a sudden?
Even
now?
Batman went to China to train.
I know. It was in Guangzhou.
That's what it was, man.
Yeah,
Yo.
nice. So, it's all mad, fam. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't even like having the conversation because
Yo, you might
you
get
just get so
cancelled.
techie. You get so techie.
No.
You might get
Fuck,
cancelled.
I don't even fuck about being cancelled. You just get so techie, bro. You just get so techie.
Yeah. Because the
You
thing
know-
is, like, we actually don't know it. We don't know where it
That's
comes
the
from.
thing.
We don't know what's true.
Don't.
We don't know
And that's what
the rate
scares
of
me.
deaths.
That's what
You know
makes me
what?
feel like these lot are scheming, bro. These lot are scheming, and you're not really and truly in it. Yeah, if you're gonna sort of follow the path of say that, it's a pandemic and all of that kind of stuff in it. Yeah, you gotta put some respect on these niggas' name in it, yeah, because these men are at the top of the top. They've got access to psychologists, all of the best things money can buy, fam. They have been planning this thing well, fam. Man said,
Of course.
flu-like symptoms. How do you fucking beat flu-like symptoms, bro? Especially now we're coming into winter, bro, and then everyone gets a cold, fam. What do you? That's like a checkmate, bro. That's like a checkmate.
I know.
It's mad,
Flawless
bro.
victory.
It's mad.
Flawless victory. I'm telling you.
Bro.
Yo, like low key. I'm thinking like the whole like terrorism scheme wasn't working anymore. So therefore, like,
They ran out of
say
Muslim.
too loud. I don't
They
want
ran
to
out of Muslim to blame, man. I'm telling you.
Real shit, bro.
I don't want to say it too loud, you know, but really and truly, like one thing you have to ask yourself: who profits from every disaster or terrorism attack that we get in life?
But you know what's funny about the whole situation, innit? Yeah, it's like, bro, there's niggas out there, innit, who literally just print money Like,
Of
what is
course.
money really and truly? Like, what is money? Like,
Yeah,
obviously, we're still stuck in the game and playing this game for money, innit? Yeah. But when there's
True.
man them out there that actually control the production of money, what the hell is money? Do you get me? And what is money to
Money,
these
Yeah.
people? What is the
money is a
goal? Like,
subjective concept. I think it's about power and control because
power and
these
control, bro.
guys have
Bro, bro.
Mm-hmm.
transcended beyond like the realm of like a Gucci belt.
Mm.
You know?
Yeah. So the good.
Yeah,
True.
yeah,
Do you
yeah.
know how I see it? Do you know how I see it? Deep it in it, yeah. This is how I actually deep it in it, yeah. And I come to understand these things because I felt like mentally I've been in a position like them games like fucking Civilization and all of that kind of stuff where you build your empire and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
The Age of Empires,
PC.
yeah.
It's
Long
literally
time.
that. You know when you get to the point where money is not the issue, you don't care. You just got
yeah.
infinite. It then
Power.
becomes what's your game in life now? Then innit? If it's not the money, then bro, it's the conquest of man.
It's the
You get
conquest.
me?
It's
Yeah.
I
still,
feel like that's what it is.
everyone.
You get me?
Yeah, yeah. Going back to the talk of money now, yeah. Like there's a podcast I listen to by a guy called Rob Moore. He's got his actual podcast is called Money. So he's basically a property investor, but he speaks about business and stuff like that. He goes deep into money and like in terms of what it means. So money obviously is like it means currency. So it comes from like Latin, like current. So obviously current is energy.
Flow.
So the energy you put out there
Oh.
is what you bring back in it and the value. So the transactional exchange and that's what you get paid for. So it is about control. And one thing that I've been thinking about now, linking it to the COVID thing, is that essentially now, when you're going to shops, what do you have to do? It's all like cashless. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Pay by
exactly.
your card or it's contactless. And
Of course,
you've
yeah.
seen a lot of shops now they're enforcing that everything is like cashless.
Exactly, yeah.
And I feel like from a few years back, like many years back, even when they brought in like debit cards and credit cards now, where you're not having to take physical cash out, that was a slow transition. So it went from plastic, and now it's gone into like technology. So we're using like
Yeah.
Bitcoin,
I see what
now you
I see what
can
you're saying.
use Apple Pay. So it's
Money,
it's a fastest transaction.
Crypto money. Yeah.
Crypto money, like all that sort of stuff now, yeah. But it's a
but
faster transaction.
it still put the
And
same
it's
control on society, and it's even
it's
tighter.
even tighter, bro, because
Yeah.
now you can't go now. Well, maybe like in let's say 5-10 years time, it's going to be hard to like do cash on hand jobs. Like there's people that are out there that do cash on hand jobs, isn't it?
Yeah. You
And you
can't
can't
like
really
work in
control that.
black. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, and even people that are out, let's just say people doing illegal activities. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be harder for them now. Like, how are they going to get money on road? You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna do bank transfer for like a 20 bag of weed or something like that. On a card machine, you're getting gripped straight away. You're getting gripped,
Real
isn't it?
shit. But then, do you know what? That then gives
Even
them
us.
full control over it, though. Do you get me?
Even
Because
us.
then,
Getting
Even us.
full control, bro.
yeah,
Even us,
'cause
like talking about this the way we're talking now, they'll be like, "Oh, you man, what were you guys saying like last time in your podcast? Let us like freeze all your accounts. You know, you're not allowed to
that's
say
what I'm
shit like
saying.
that. You know what I mean?
Yo, it's easy.
Man
That's
go
what
to
I'm saying. It's easy
Tesco's
to
and his
G-check,
card
man.
doesn't work anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that means they can lock you out, bro. Do you get me? And it makes it easier to punish people and put people under fucking control, bro. Because you step out of line, fam, and freeze your whole thing. You get me? It's not like you can draw cash out or you can keep cash in your shoebox or whatever, bro. You have one main form of cash and it's digital, bro. And once that get blocked, you're effed.
That's
It
true.
goes again
over.
it goes against like the natural man, that fight versus natural and material man. I think that's the title of our first podcast. It will be like natural man versus material man. That's gonna be the title. But yeah, man, like everything is interlinked, man. It all goes back to that struggle where like you were saying, it reminds me of that song of Nas when Nas said like I climax from money and ask myself, what's life worth living? Is it the hunt of the riches that you want? You know what I mean? Like there comes a time, like you said, like when people can print money, like Ray said, and they've got like full access on everything. What else is there left? You know, that's why they do all that Satanist shit, and all that like
bro.
Epstein Lolita Express kind of shit.
Yeah,
because these guys, they've got nothing to live for anymore, man. They've already got everything.
Yeah, word, facts.
They've already got everything, man.
Yeah, man.
You know,
Control.
Do you know what's funny though,
Oh,
innit? When you're actually deep in it, when you look at what goes on today in it, yeah, like I reminisce when I was younger, reading the Bible and reading about all of this hellish stuff that was in the Bible and shit, bro. It all exists today, bro. It
True.
all fucking like literally Bible verses that literally exist today, fam. It's just fucking hell, bro. Sex is nothing nowadays. Everyone's been over sexualized. We're eating food that's trash for our bodies. We're diminishing our whole energy, bro. People are being depressed. People are killing themselves, bro. Like it's literally hell, bro. Do
So
you get me?
basically, what you're saying is like Jesus is coming soon.
Let's hope. Oh, yo, it sounds like, innit? It sounds like, bro. Even right now, in it, 2020, it feels like it's a turning point, innit? I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure you all felt some sort of change in energy in here with society.
yeah.
Get me?
Yeah.
So I feel like there's definitely a change that's happening right now. Do you get me? Like I feel like it's kind of like a spiritual warfare that's happening right now. Do you get me? Because a
Yeah,
lot of people are
it's
waking up
100.
and seeing shit for what it is, whereas before you were so in the system that you were just drawn by it. Do you get me? But now people have got time to actually look and see and actually wake up to what's going on, fam. Do you get me? Cause it's mad.
Yeah, so yeah, perfect, man. Like, yo, so who's next on the round table?
We's had some
Who's
ideas
next?
actually.
I might
So
have a
William,
topic.
man. Yo, give us the topic, man.
It's the follow. Fatherless sons and daughters.
Ooh,
You get me?
Oh,
Mm.
jeez.
You get me?
That's
You feel that one, yeah?
where did that come from?
Yeah,
Are male
yeah.
mentors, are they needed? Yes
Mm,
or no? And why?
yeah.
I would have to go with yes,
Hell
because
yeah.
despite the fact that myself, I wasn't. I mean, I was raised by a single mother. Never met my biological father until I was 27, actually, and I turned out to be okay. You know, yes, I
Okay.
could have been messed up in my mind. You know, but apart from that,
Yeah.
it's all good. You know what I mean? I managed to get a proper job, good education, got married, kids. You know, so the usual stuff. So I'll have to say it would have maybe turned out different if I had a father figure. I mean, the choices I would have made would have
Mm,
been different. You know, I would have done shit differently.
Sure.
So, despite the fact that women nowadays are saying like we're all independent and we don't need men because they're screaming it out. You
nah.
know, feminists everywhere. You know,
Mm,
okay,
Lying.
men's are useless. But
yeah,
Leaders, they're
that's just
lying.
dangerous. That shit's
they
dangerous, though.
do.
That
It
shit's
is.
dangerous.
It is.
Mm.
But wait,
Hmm.
before we continue, like I'm let's say like yeah, innocent is fatherless. I'm a fatherless as well. I don't know who else is in the team.
Yo, stop being statistics, man.
Oh
Like,
wait,
what
time out. I
the?
just want to find out. I
Bro.
just want to find out.
No. To be fair, like my dad got Parkinson's, right? And like
Mm.
I didn't have a father like during my teenage years, so yeah, it's a hype, man.
Yeah,
But
my dad's always been there, innit? Like, so, but
I know
a lot
from
of the time,
uni, yeah, your dad was there. You had a strong
yeah.
father figure.
Mm.
What do
Yeah,
you
he's
say?
always been there, innit?
I would
See,
say.
that's why Oscar nowadays is firing
I
people
swear
as
to
his
God.
job. You know,
Listen,
again,
listen.
doesn't
Huh?
give a fuck.
I had the sensation that Oscar is the most sensible of all of us for some
Exactly.
reason.
Yeah,
This
no,
guy.
we seeing it.
See
But
there?
You can
I think
see.
that's what it
That's
is.
having a dad. That's having a
Yeah,
That's
dad for
it.
you.
Yeah.
no, real shit. Deep it though. When you have a dad, it kind of keeps you a lot more grounded in it because you have like just a perspective as a male. Do you
That's
get
it.
me? That's kind of that you kind of look up to when you kind of see you can kind of bridge the gap between you and them. Do you get me, fam? In that kind of so. Whereas when you don't have one, you are kind of it. Do you get me? And you have to then create
Your
this
That
own,
gap.
gap.
Get me?
your
Yeah,
own,
your
yeah,
own,
father
and then
figure.
do
Yeah.
you get me?
That's
And
it.
then that then leads to a lot of say mistakes or you go in directions that you know that you're not unsure of and all of that kind of stuff. So I think a father figure is definitely important in regards to stability. Do you
Yeah.
get me? Because a lot of kids end up losing themselves or just going wayward because they just don't have any route or they don't have any
Mm,
guidance.
true.
So it's kind of like trying to unravel the map yourself. Do you get me? Whereas a father at least has a guideline for you to follow,
To
and then you can
follow.
then branch off and do whatever you. But at least there's something
That's it.
there for you, regardless. You get me?
Yeah,
I,
and growing up is easier as well because if you look purely from the financial side,
mm,
if your mom is alone working, like she
Mm,
has to like work longer hours,
mm,
like you take often taken care of by aunties or the grandma or whichever, and
mm,
whereas if you've got a father and in that life, like they form like a unit, that makes life easier. I can see it with my wife as well and my kids, man. Like we're there, you know what I mean? Like we can give to our kids, perhaps like obviously I'm a second generation immigrant, so like I can give things to my kids that I didn't have when I was young. No, we used to count like money. Like I couldn't. Like I remember when I was a kid, I was just happy to be alive.
Yeah,
You
man.
know?
Yeah,
There was no like, and definitely like first like I was my parents were together when I was young, but like I wasn't spoiled. I didn't have like, oh, you know, like some kids are, I want this, I want that. I knew that we didn't have the dough, so I had to shut up and just be happy with life. You know what I mean? So
same.
So yeah, like
same, yeah.
dads are important, and often we get put aside. You know, like society doesn't really rate like the father figure, but we're so important, like for the well-being and the development of kids in general, man. Like well, this parenting thing is meant to be with two people and not one.
True.
You know what I mean?
I think, truth be told, in my honest opinion, I think a father is the most, I guess maybe pertaining to a man anyways, to raising men, a father is the most important, because I don't know, just so rhetoric that you know, women can raise children by themselves, which I know I've come from a single mother as well. Do you get me in it? Yeah, but as men, as the leaders in it, as genetically the leaders in it, the people who are going to then be in these positions in it, yeah, and be the providers and all of that kind of stuff in it, yeah, we need the guidance more than ever now. Do you get me, fam? Because right now we've got like a generation of people of men who just aren't really men. We've got a lot of beta males out there. We've got a lot of people who just behave in the worst ways. You get me in it, and a man there to actually teach you. Because if you deep it in it, just look at how you look at stuff in it. Having that, being able to give that to your children, to be able to guide them and be able to teach them certain things in it, and make sure they don't make same mistakes that you've been through.
That you did.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
It kind of it boosts them and allows them to get that leg up. Do you get me, from your experience? And that's why I've always believed family to be that in it. Yeah, I believe that it should be a pass down of sort of success of mistakes. You get me? Like if I make a mistake, then you should learn from that, so that it kind of springboard you past that, so you don't have to take the same time I took to get over that mistake, and you can spend that time learning and pursuing further stuff. Do you get me? And then you then take
making
that
other mistakes.
Give that. Yeah, exactly. Because we're all gonna make mistakes, but then it's just helping ourselves like hurdle
grow
mistakes. Do you get me? And then thus, you know, you run one way, and you know, whatever hurdle stops you, you teach your kids, so that when they get there, they hurdle it, and they run down there. Whatever hurdle stops them, they teach their kids. Do you get me? So that every generation we're going further and further, and we're growing and we're expanding. Do you get me? Instead of just all falling at the same hurdle, because there's no one there to teach the lessons of that hurdle. Do you get
me?
Can I go deeper like before innocent? Like why is it that we end up in situations without fathers? Like why is it per se like for us African community, people like to say like, oh, black fathers go away, so that's bullshit. If you look at the statistics, most black fathers stay with their most of them. But of course, like any type of demographic or ethnicity, there are like exceptions and people that aren't there. What do you think is the biggest hurdle for our community, whether it's like Caribbean, African, or African American?
Being broke, bro. I think so.
To go against like the nucleus of like the mother and father family united. What is it that there's so many ratchetness? Like what do you guys think?
I think that like I think what you basically, why did they break up? Like why don't they stay together, kind of thing. I think it's just basically the two adults not making rational decisions, and maybe timing from one of the other sides as well. Maybe the guidance wasn't in the right frame of mind. Maybe it wasn't set up right, you know, and little simple things like not wearing a condom in it, and the woman going along with it, and even though it's sad to say, like some men will just see, they might just see one girl as one thing. It might not be his main squeeze. He might even have a wifey or something, and he has an affair or something. There's different nuances and different situations which cause that. but essentially it's just the decision making of the two adults.
I think
So
we're very sexual as well. We're very sexual as well, isn't it? Like I don't know whether if we're I don't know if I can say that as black people we're more sexual than white people, but we just have that energy. Do you get me? And then if you take that and then you look at how our sexual energy is being manipulated today, in it, and it's been drawn out and it's been used against us, in it. Bear in mind that sexual energy is one of the most powerful energies that we have in it. Yeah. Then you can actually see what's happening and whatnot. You get me? The mad sexualization of women, of men, of everything in it. Yeah. Sex being, I don't know about you, man, but when I was growing up in it, yeah, like you had to work for sex, bro.
True.
You had to put in grass, fam. You had to sweep, bro. Listen, right now you can get sex like it's fucking tap water, bro.
True.
I come from the era where you have to like wank by memory. Remember that?
Class, man, looking at the pictures, going home like, yeah, what was that?
When you have to like remember shit,
Good
that as a
times.
basis.
Good times.
Oh shit.
Yo.
But yeah,
trust
with the way sex is easily accessible today and all that kind of shit, bro, it just kind of makes overly sexualizes everyone, innit? Yeah, makes sex just a thing now. Do you get me? And thus, with sex being a thing, things are going unprotected, having a lot more sex, and then obviously accidents happen because motherfuckers are careless. Do you get me? Especially when they're so enticed by the sex. Do you get me? And then you're bursting seed in a girl who really and truly, because sex is so accessible now, innit? Yeah, like men are having sex with women that they have zero interest in the long term. Zero connection. The only thing that they like about them is that they look good and they look like they'd be a good fuck, bro. And that's it. Do you get me? Man are having sex with those type of women, slipping up, getting them pregnant, and they're thinking, hell no, to the no.
It's just thinking, no way you can be the mother of my child, isn't it?
Dude,
by that happens, it's too late.
Can we link that? Yeah, can we link that back to the whole
question?
Natural man versus material man. That it's another side effect of like consumerism. Well,
yes, that's what I was gonna say.
These cheats on Instagram and like where love is basically like a Tinder thing, where like it's disposable, like disposable kind of love. Yeah. What were we gonna say, innocent? What were we gonna say?
I was gonna say, I agree with you because nowadays sex is just a product. We've all heard the saying that sex sells. Well, that's the truth, because if you want to sell something nowadays, the fastest and the quickest way to sell,
bro. This is why these motherfuckers are evil, because bro, they're manipulating our powers, bro.
That's what I'm telling you,
bro. Sexual energy. When you
and they take it and
sexual energy is very important, man. You can use sexual energy to do a lot of things, man, and a deeper level.
It's literally your life force, though. Deep in it, when you bust not in it, that's your life force. It's literally your life force, bro. Do you get me? And they're fucking abusing and using it to draw you out, fam, sexually. Have you having sex with all these women, losing your energy, bruv, and then you can't focus on anything, and then you turn around and you wonder why your life isn't where you want it to be.
Think about that all the time, and you end up not doing anything, in your life.
Exactly, man. It's a draw out, bro. That's why.
Going back to the question, like the source of it, right? You know what I'm saying? How do we end up with such a higher ratio of fathers? Well, just fathers not taking care of this responsibility. Yeah, I personally think the answer to that question, from my point of view, is the same thing that started off the thing. Because look at the fathers of our fathers. How were they? Because they come from a different generation, they come from a different upbringing as well, and the lack of emotion, the lack of no, do you think, fam? The lack of how can I say this, like, empathy, like getting into your emotional state with your own children, your own self, you know what I'm saying? Because basically the way that I see how my father got raised, my stepfather and my biological father, it was not love basically from their dads, you know what I'm saying? The mother was the one caring, the mother was the one loving, you know what I'm saying? And the dad, he was just making money, he's just coming here, he's just sipping on his beer, and if he's gonna beat you, he's gonna cuss you up. You know what I'm saying? All of that stuff. You get me? Look at your point.
Roll the dice.
It's true, because like, truth be told now, like, obviously
You're gonna be beating tonight?
I know which one you're gonna get.
The big question.
That's what I'm saying.
Please no six. You
get me, bro. You get me. But bro.
Yeah, go on.
Truth be told, obviously, like, I grew up with my dad and that, but like he was working like stupid hours, and he used to drive the taxi. So yeah, at the start when I was younger, I used sometimes I'd go to work with him and stuff, whatnot, like sit in front of like, the black cab and that. But then over time, he was working like late hours, so I'd come back from school, and then he wasn't there. Like he'd be asleep, and then he'd go back to work. So we didn't really build like a big connection. You get me? So he was there, but he wasn't there at the same time. Get me? And weekends, I'd see him. Don't get me wrong, like we'd see each other and whatnot, but the times that he's working and stuff and the times that I'd be about, like we didn't really build a massive connection like that. So we'd clash a lot, you get me? And I'd find things in him that were like similar to me, and it was like just stubbornness, and you get me? We'd clash a lot on certain things, and he'd be tired and I'd come back from work, and I'd like fucking like going outside and going to areas that I shouldn't be in or whatnot, and he'd just come back all tired, and he would just give me the beatings of my life and that. You get me? But like he said, he didn't roll a dice, but he said he's just tired. He's like, I'm going time for his nonsense. He's from cracking that.
For Oscar, every night was a 6. He was rolling a 6.
Rolling a 6.
No, it was one of those head or tail.
Coins that
you get me? It's not even a dice.
And then he's on both sides. Tails is beating. Head is no beating. Tails.
And his way, I swear to you now, yeah. His way of saying the story was he'd like the day after he'd go and buy like a kebab in it. That was his way of saying like sorry, I had to do it kind of thing. His upbringing now, when I think of it, he wasn't really brought up by his dad. Like my granddad had bare kids. He had about 20 children or something. And my dad got sent to boarding school in it, and he was brought up by basically a teacher there. And so it's discipline, bro. Like all he talks about is discipline. So in terms of like affection and stuff, I guess he kind of finds it hard to show it. He shows it in different ways, isn't it? So over time, we grew closer by me understanding him a bit more. In my teenage years, that's like your rebellious years, isn't it? And that's when the times when I was clashing, but at the same time, we wasn't really building a connection because he wasn't around as much because he was always working. So I feel like, if you're a father and you have children, it's important to make time to, have a connection with them and get to understand them and get to like what they don't like, because otherwise, then it just becomes like just absent father kind of thing. I mean, you're there, but you're not really there.
Word.
Yo, it's all about responsibility, man, and ultimately, it's all about love. Because if you love your kids, you'll be there for them. Like too many people like use excuses. Yo, he ain't shit. You mean that kind of. Like even when people are like, and I don't think it's a white or black thing. Like people divorce. Like you've got deadbeat dads everywhere, but ultimately it boils down to like responsibility and like you said, wealth. Like you can not be together, and maybe it ties in with what Wiz said. Like if you're not together, if there's wealth behind, that wealth will enable like a certain stability for the kid ultimately. But when there's no wealth, and we've seen like the examples like on TV, on popular culture about like black families, whatever. Like what I don't aspire to be, and I'm really sure like most of us are not like that. But ultimately, the underlying theme is like lack of wealth, lack of like money. Because if your mom is a single mom and she's millionaire, the kids are kind of gonna be all right,
No.
I don't think so. I don't think so, bro.
They might even be worse off. They might even be worse off, blood. That's true. Realist, bro. You get me? Because that's how you're giving a kid with no father or any boundaries, kind of access to anything.
To everything, that's not good, man.
If you haven't got a moral compass,
especially if it's
you've got all of this stuff to you, fam. You can become any type of guy which you want. You're gonna get away with everything. You know what I'm saying?
But don't you think like the lack of wealth is often like the reason why a kid hasn't got money in his teenage years and decides like to sell drugs or
of course,
definitely other like ways like to make money. Whereas like if for instance like if your mom is single and she's got wealth, it means like she's from another like socioeconomic bracket. It means like probably you go to like a better school or probably like you know what I mean, like you've got a better management around you.
it's gonna be, once again, it's gonna be something that's gonna be internal that's driving that. Cause really and truly, when you deep in it, even kids without money in it, yeah, the reason they're out on the roads is for what's happening for them internally, fam. Do you get me? Maybe their mom, from where maybe they see their mom working hard, barely making ends meet, so they just feel like they want to give something to that and whatnot. Do you get me? So it's all internal. Same way if their mom if they have all this money, but then now they don't really have a connection with anyone. You get me? Because no one can really tell. There's still internal turmoil, especially when you're growing up. Do you get me, fam? There's still going to be that emotional turmoil that's there. You feel me? And then now you have unlimited access to a whole bag of distractions.
Yeah.
Do you get me, fam? So
Yeah.
we just think.
Plus, as well, at the same time, I think there's plenty like kids that have got a bit of like the families that got money, but they go into gangs. You just do it because it's cool. There's bare kids just do it because it's cool. There's bare kids that are comfy in that. Yeah, they don't need
What's
to
that
do
American
that,
model? Her son
but then they
got
do it,
into
innit?
like the cribs. The one with the spot on her
On the face.
like a famous model whose
The
son
black
like,
one.
began. No,
If you're a
not
comedian.
no, American. Cindy Crawford, I think.
Oh, right.
Cindy Crawford, son got into just to prove your point. I don't want to be saying bullshit, but I think it was Cindy Crawford's son that like got involved in a gang. But
But even that rapper Casanova, you heard of Casanova, the New York guy.
Yeah.
So,
Casanova 2X.
Yeah. I don't really feel like, but he even said, he's been in jail for like however long, and he come out recently and he started making music in it. But he even said that he come up from a well-off family, like in New York, lived in a nice part of the neighborhood and whatnot, like a high-end like black neighborhood, I think somewhere in New York in it. But he just got into the gang thing because it was basically just, he just wanted to show that he was tough, kind of thing. You know what I mean? He wanted to show that he was tough, and he was like strong and whatnot. He would just come from a better family than that. But then he got into like fighting and whatnot. Then he got into armed robberies, and that's how he ended up in jail, isn't it? And so, man, I think it's just about, a lot of it is just about fitting in as well. So, but going back to like the father and the son, I think we spoke a lot on obviously us being men and whatnot and how it impacts us as fathers. But I think fathers impact a lot on the daughters as well, man. Because I feel I think it's probably more important for a father to be there for a daughter, because the daughter is
you're right.
The father is the first man she sees as like,
that's the reference point.
That's the reference point. You get me? So I feel like if the way that the father is treating a daughter will always be ingrained in it, so she knows how to not look for a dickhead and whatnot, and he can give her a game as well. You get me? You can always give her a game. Like, even my dad, he give me a game of women. You get me? My daddy, we have chats about like women. I was like getting to a late teens.
That's why uni used to get all these girls. Dad, man.
The
guys
got number one striker.
He give me the game, bro. Like, he used to just tell me like little things here and there, innit? But like,
but the guy, that's what's wrong with black people, man. Oscar didn't share the knowledge. You're supposed to share the knowledge. Look at Rudy. You left Rudy speechless, man. That's not good.
Rudy was doing this thing. He's trying to call out my name. He was on his thing.
Trust me, cuz don't try.
We're all doing.
No,
I didn't kill a Coles for a reason, but
hunter gatherer,
But definitely, I feel like it's definitely important for women to have the dads around, man.
Absolutely.
Real talk, man. Real talk.
Because I don't know if it was the same for you, William, but as for I've noticed, and the same goes for my personal experience. Even though my father wasn't there, I took one male member from my family as a reference point. He was my uncle. The guy was always there. Every time I had a problem, the guy was always coming, like bail me out or take me places or give me advice. So I got off right, But for daughters, I think it's kind of, it can be quite complicated and quite harder. So I have a daughter myself, and my biggest fear, like Rudy always like to say, is to find her one day on the pole, Then I'll know I messed up.
That's Chris Rock, man. Chris Rock said that fathers are biggest role. is to make sure she doesn't get on the
Face
pole.
off the pole.
Yeah.
Shit.
Trust me, bro.
I've got a daughter as well.
Yeah.
I've got a daughter as well.
That's my biggest fear.
And when I got my daughter, I messaged Innocent and I said to him, bro, can
Load
you
up
tell
the
me like,
shotguns.
can you tell me where you bought your machete?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Man is sleeping next to by my
wouldn't-
side all the
I
time.
wouldn't go for the machete, fam. It's too much. Nah. You get
No,
blood
machete is
and
personal,
everything.
man.
It's not.
It's
It's not good
personal.
enough. You know what? It get
No,
rusty from the blood.
you need to
You get blood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
you
saying?
Look at
need to
this
give
guy.
that
He's evaluating it. He's evaluating
African
this well.
warmonger vibe, you know?
He's a
Like,
psycho.
Nah.
You see what I'm saying?
William is the kind of guy who likes to keep it personal, you know.
Fam, listen.
Likes to carve in the body.
You might call me. You might say I find pleasure in it, even, fam. But
yo, William, we use like what's a saber or what the
Yeah,
Mr. T's are using?
Man, use a butter knife.
Don't
Man,
worry.
use a butter knife.
Yeah.
You know the ones.
No,
Make
fam,
it
man.
long and painful.
I use a spoon, fam. Don't fuck with me.
Jesus,
Trust me.
you know.
I'll be there for ages.
just carving the body. William doesn't pay for 6 months. You know what have you been doing, bro?
I just taking care of business, just easy.
You shouldn't have whistled to my daughter. You know?
Exactly. What happened to that guy that used to date your daughters? Like, doesn't exist anymore.
What guy? What guy?
He's
No,
not
the guy.
here no
I've never
more.
seen him.
He's not here no more.
You see me at the 10 o'clock
Yo.
news, man got found 6 months later in the basement. Spoon was
Exactly. One spoon on the side.
Spoon hanging out of him. You want to spoon my daughter? I will spoon you myself, bastard.
Yes, they will call him the spoon killer.
Oh my days, man. Not one, a bunch of them.
Hey.
They all tried it. All of them tied up in the basement.
Man went IKEA, bruv. You know like that, man. Went IKEA to go body, man. You know there was all tables you want to
for spoon.
I got a trolley full of spoons, man. They don't get it.
You get me? You get me? Like,
That doesn't
what
look
you
suspicious
doing with
at
all
all.
that? Don't worry.
Don't worry. I've got a bunch of ice creams on you to eat.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised how fast they break, Anyways.
Yo, on that note, man, like, let's tackle like maybe the last subject of the night, man. Like, who's next? Like, who's next?
Who's next?
I don't know.
So like Oscar started. Like, Ray, do you feel like you need to say something?
I feel like mine's been covered still. Mine was in everything we spoke about. My sort of question was kind of related to that. To be fair.
Safe.
My
So
topic,
I'm just gonna tackle like the last subject. Like, it's something that's been on my mind for some time. It's the Adele thing.
Oh yeah. Okay,
Oh yeah.
Remember like the Adele thing, like the fact that everyone was talking about like cultural appropriation and stuff. So I just wanted to talk about that, man, and see like what you guys are, what's your take on it. Like, my take personally, I'll start with my take. Like, I feel as if like these Illuminati niggas or whatever like is running like media and stuff, like to divide and conquer. And where I was seeing it, they were talking about black people, the black community as a monolith. And that's one of the reasons why we're doing this podcast. Like to prove that we're not a monolith, like as a community, we don't all think alike. We go beyond the labels. So they were basically saying like that we were hurt, that she was like rocking Bantu knots and like a Jamaican outfit. But personally, we've got bigger fish to fry. You know what I mean?
Trust me, bro.
Trust me, man. Yo, let her wear them Bantu knots.
I don't care.
Wants,
I don't care about the Bantu knot. Like Elvis Presley, like stealing Little Rich's music.
Done it for
that's
years.
cultural appropriation.
Yeah,
Well, Adele has never like said that she invented Bantu knots, or she invented the island of Jamaica.
Jack Daniel, for example.
So they're using that example. So like the guys that burned the business of my guy at the beginning, can say like, look at these black bastards. They're always complaining about little things, whereas like in general, 90% of us like don't really care, man.
I even go further. As for me, I think I even feel proud because it means that another culture is taking interest in our way of doing things, in our culture,
Yeah.
in our
Do you know what's
habits.
crazy? We actually, like, as black people, in it, yeah, really and truly, we're actually very embracing of white people in our
True.
culture. To be fair, in it, yeah. Imagine, I know
Yeah.
everyone had that little white you in it, yeah, in school, in it, yeah, who when he does something black, everyone loved him for it, bro, because he's like, oh, you're repping arting, in it, like you get it. Do you know what I mean, fam? Like, we're very accepting of people in our culture,
In general.
just in general, fam, across the board. Do you know what I mean? Like, we don't give a fuck about Adele doing up Bantu nuts, bro. You get me? Like, she's never appropriated it. You get me? Like, from what I got from it, she was kind of sort of representing the team, because obviously there's no carnival this year. So she's like, oh, in the spirit of carnival, like, for example, in it, just use an example like Halloween, fam, you dress up, do you get me? And appropriately, do you get me? She dressed up appropriately, repping the Jamaican thing, do you get me? The Bantu nuts and all of that stuff. I saw it as it was like man's with it. Do you get me, fam?
Yo,
That's what I saw it.
and between us, yeah, to be fair, like ever since like she lost weight, man, she's been getting them Bantu nuts, if you know what I'm saying.
You like this,
You know what I'm saying? Low key, man. I think.
From Skepta,
Yeah,
apparently.
Skepta's doing his thing, innit?
Oh, he's doing it again. Doing it again. Shit.
Nah, fam. You know what you're saying right now? What you're saying right now, Ray, yeah? You know, just comes down to my attention, like basically, who's really making the noise about it? And when you like look at it, it's actually the Americans once again.
Americans, man. It's not Europeans or even Africans.
That's it. The Europeans, the African, not even the Jamaicans are making a fuss about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know there's in America, there's this thing going on, like, yeah, you know, not only equality when it comes down to gender and stuff like that, or sexuality equality. I don't know what they're trying to do over there, but especially with this Black Lives Matter thing, you know what I'm saying right now, it started off with a good cause and then it start escalating to some next level that has nothing to do with what it started off with. You know what I'm saying?
So it gets hijacked. It gets hijacked by the same guys that hijack everything because they want to divide and conquer. Like obviously like behind the block, like
these guys are smart, man.
Like we want equality, but they hijack the thing and they divide people, man.
It's like they take over they take over the car, yeah, and then they start driving another lane, innit, and start going down a different road. We're like,
they say, look at me, I'm the captain now.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I'm the captain now. But what was it? But was it the African Americans that were like talking
more likely than
but even them, it's a minority. I think it's a minority even them because I'm following this guy, Willie D, like old school rapper, man, like Ghetto Boys, man. Ghetto Boys. Even he was saying like, yo, he doesn't care, man. Like he was saying like, yo. Yo, I don't care about like Bantu nuts and stuff like that. We've got other problems.
Yeah, but you know what? Yeah, at the end of the day, innit, yeah, really and truly, we have to just stop being triggered by these fucking headlines, innit, yeah, because these headlines are just there for motherfuckers to make some money, to get your attention. Literally, they're all just there, innit, yeah. It's an attention war these days. You get me? They just want your attention. So whatever they can find to get your attention, to get you chatting or get people chatting, fam, they're gonna do, fam. Do you get me? So we have to stop getting triggered by all of this, because it's all like trust me, even from doing YouTube, fam, I know, innit, yeah, or even Instagram, innit, yeah, titles and all of that kind of stuff have to be clickbait. Do you get me? It's called clickbait to get people's attention. Do you get me? So all of that kind of stuff links in with news and how they present stuff to get the clicks, to get the reads, to get all of that kind of stuff.
Take care to get multiple orgasms, stuff like that.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. You guys,
you see my man's clicking, you know, clicking for ages. But it goes back to what William was saying. Is like, why do African American thinks that they're representing the whole of the African community? Bro, and that shit is messed up.
America is hell, bro. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. That place is genuine, actual hell, fam. The devil lives in America.
Too much freedom. Too much freedom.
And the thing is now, yeah, like, you know, America itself, it is literally a land built on blood. It's built on chaos. You get me? So it's Native Americans' land firsthand, and then Europeans went there. They killed off the Native Americans, wiped them out. Then they brought the Africans, then they enslaved them. So, but what I know, the thing is as well now, yeah, like, I might hurt African Americans when I say this now, but they don't know exactly where they come from, so they don't feel assured and grounded within themselves, and therefore any little thing they might be a small minority, but any little thing that goes on that is
Triggered.
pretty much irrelevant triggers straight away. And the Bantu
True.
nuts, it's not has nothing to do with them. It has something to do. If anything, it should be Jamaica that should be talking. And even
Trust me.
Jamaicans are like, nah, we love Adele. You get me?
That's
Everyone loves
it.
her because
That's
end of the
it.
day, they're Jamaicans. Okay, yeah, they're not like they're not African in terms, but you know they have a sense of belonging. They know where they're from,
No,
and they
they
have a
are.
place where they can call home.
Facts.
Innit? Where Africans, Americans, they don't really have that. So I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of them have got a deep, deep pain inside them where any little thing, they're jumping on it straight away. Where
It's not their
minor,
fault, though.
really.
You know, it's like
It's not their fault. It's
the
not their fault.
sons of slaves. You know, so
Yeah, it's
Bro,
not
you
their
know, you
fault,
might
and it's
deep it
pain,
in it,
man.
yeah. Deep it on the really in it, yeah. Like I say, it's not even a joke thing in it, yeah. America is genuinely the closest thing to like actual hell, bro. When you
It
look
is,
at
bro.
the ethics, the kind of lifestyle that they live, everyone's on drugs, everyone's fucking, money. This is just
freedom.
like
It's land of the free, man.
Man.
It's land of the
no,
free.
that's a lie, bro. It's not land of the free. That's a clickbait. That's clickbait, bro. To get niggas to come and try to sell you this dream, fam. To sell you this dream, to make you give your entire life and soul in it, yeah, to this machine that is America, fam. Do you get me in it, yeah? Because everyone in there is still suffering. It's land of the free in it. You can get anything you want to exactly 1% of the people.
The American dream.
Yeah, exactly.
Into the fuckery, bro.
It's
Do you get
the
me?
land of the free for the 1%. You know what I mean?
Trust
And
me,
between
trust
that,
me.
like, yo, it's basically capitalism on steroids.
On steroids, bro.
100%, 100%.
It's-
True.
Even
all it
and it's so fucked, yeah. Like they say, it's landed in free, but yo, if you have an injury now, you best have the money for that. So America, like literally, if you're injured, you know, you have to have the money to pay for that injury. You know what I mean? Even if it's like a disease or whatnot. There's a tune by Absol. Forgot the actual tune track, but his bars are "Welcome to America. You're living in hell, yeah. Hell yeah, that's what it's called.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, die or pay for healthcare. You're
Healthcare,
living
trust
in hell
me.
yeah, hell yeah. So like even he knows, yeah, we're living in hell in it. There we're living in hell over there. Like imagine that if you've got an injury, you have to like pay for it. You know what I mean?
True. And it costs hundreds and hundreds of thousands as well.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Man, that shit is mad.
It's so ridiculous. It's so
crazy.
ridiculous.
And then they parred old man Bernie, man. The only one that was actually gonna give them some shit.
Obama did his thing.
Well, yeah, Obama. You know, I loved Obama, man. I remember my first year of law. I was like crying, like, yes, we can, yeah. But then I realized, no, wait a second. Like Bush came, Obama came, and it's Trump now. Shit has changed. It's still like the same. It's still like the same, like secret society niggas running the show. You know what I mean? So whatever, man. Yo, like I got disillusioned, man. Like,
yeah.
Yo, I love Obama as a person, as what he represents for black people. I was proud the day that he got president. He became president. But ultimately, like, yo, whether you put like Mickey Mouse or Donald Trump, at the end of the day, it's still the same entities behind closed doors that run the show, man. I don't think they're gonna allow these people to have healthcare.
Word.
Like the closest they came was like Bernie, but we saw what they did. I'm all for like changing stuff, but like, can you really change that system that's rotten from within? I don't know.
This is what I'm saying, though. The system has to fall, bro. This is what I'm saying.
You have to destroy it.
Otherwise, we're just gonna be stuck in the same bullshit, bro. Do you get me? It's gonna be the same. It's like what is it? You know the Cerberus heads, fam. You cut off one of the heads, it just grows back off. You get me?
Yeah, it grows back. The
whole thing
Hydra.
off clean. But
I think America in itself, though, it looks like it's dying. You know, like the riots are going on there and all that. The riots are serious, man. People coming out with AKs and all that.
Bro,
it is turning on its ass, literally.
I think Donald Trump is there for a purpose. You know, like they put him. They say like, yo, you're a madman. We need a madman now, like to burn the whole thing. It's a control thing. It's again a control thing. Like my guy is bringing these guys to fascism. Politicians are crazy. Yeah, like if you're a politician, naturally, like you're a narcissist. I'm sure there's good politicians out there. I'm not saying they're all bad, but often you see like a lot of these people like empathy, And again, like we are controlled by
Yeah, but
by
look, like, they're like empathy in it, yeah. But look at the kind of lifestyle they're coming from, bro. Do you get me? How are you gonna expect some high class Donny in it, yeah, to understand how the lower class feel, how we act? How
When
is
they
he
think
gonna
of-
then
that's
govern
what I
us? Do you
don't.
get me?
That's what I don't
One,
understand. Donny received like dough from his dad. Like
1 million.
he's got a gold toilet.
He don't
Like
know
his
nothing about the
dad,
Yeah.
struggle.
his dad,
He
his
had a
dad.
small loan of 1 million.
1 million.
No. In
Small
total,
loan.
his dad gave him like 200 million. His dad bailed him out with the casinos and stuff. And then you've
True.
got like the working class poor miner guy like in Kentucky, like thinking Donald Trump's gonna help him. Yo, these guys
No,
are mad.
trust me,
It's
Donald
absolutely
Trump
mad.
can't even begin
They're,
to fathom the
they're
problems that the
brainwashed by
real people
Fox
are
News
going
and
through.
stuff,
Yeah.
man. Like,
True.
How you
But
can't
we-
even
even
connect with him, you get me? You can't not
You know,
connect
I
with
think the
him.
problem will be resolved if they put a woman in charge. Let
Yeah.
them do it. Let's see the changes. Put
Oh
Hillary
God.
Clinton in charge or whatever, you know.
I
Oh
don't
God.
think any changes happen, man.
yo,
If they
I'm
put
not about
anyone there.
identity politics, man. Like, I'd rather have like an old Jewish guy than, for instance, a Hillary Clinton or Kamala Harris. Like, I know, like, for me, like, American politics is choosing between AIDS, Donald Trump, and chlamydia, the Democrats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At
Yeah,
least
but
like with chlamydia, I can take like some pill
some
and
pills.
they're both ill. You know,
Yeah, right.
you know, like
Right.
yeah, you've got AIDS forever. Like you're gonna die. You know, but you can live with AIDS.
But amongst all
Chlamydia.
those three choices, there's only one thing. There's only one of them you can kill, right? So, but
True.
it bears the question as well as
You're
in
just choosing
maybe they
the
put
lesser of the evil, innit? That's
exactly.
all it is.
Yeah,
You just
exactly.
choosing the
So you
same.
choose chlamydia. You know?
Everybody's had a clap.
That's mad.
Yo, that's what's up, man. So last word, man. Guys, like to round off the thing, this was our podcast, our first episode. Hopefully like many more. Like before we go, just a little word from our sponsors. This video has been sponsored by the Union of Single Fathers trying to get their life on track.
Gang.
No, I'm joking.
True that.
No sponsors. So you better like, check this shit. And
Yeah.
add us on the socials, share this thing, and I'll leave like the final word on the dream team, on the Avengers that we united tonight. Basically, natural man versus material man. The title of our podcast. Go. Who's first?
Well,
Natural
like Nick Fury was saying over there, natural. Well, Nick Fury is saying that we're the Avenger. That's Rudy.
Yeah. Hey, that took you a minute.
Fucking motherfucker!
That took you a minute. Fam. Oh, you need to watch the movies, fam. Anyways, yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah.
Man was doing that fucking Pulp Fiction, bruv.
Samuel Jackson. Yeah.
Ron Jackson, yeah.
Yo, he swears in all his movies, man. Like,
Trust me, what?
Rest in peace, Black Panther, man. Rest in peace, Black Panther, man.
Yeah, facts.
Chad Baldwin.
Chadwick, man.
Chadwick
Wakanda,
Boseman.
Yeah.
So
Sorry,
anybody
Innocent, you were
else,
saying,
man?
bro? Hold on, did Innocent finish what you were saying?
No, he didn't.
No, actually, I didn't even start. So I was saying that just to wrap up, like natural. What was it? Natural man versus material man, right?
Yeah.
So I think it all comes to like a new kind of new age coming in, as in back like from our generation to before, we were doing things kind of like analog, like everything has to be physical. And for me, like now we're getting to a new age where everything is contactless, wireless, and you don't see where the money goes. You don't see where it comes from. You don't see what people uses it for. You get taxed, you pay lots of shit, but you don't know what it's for. And the whole capitalism system is based and is reaching its true potential on that. As in, yeah, you're working your ass off, you're making money, but you're not living because all you're doing is working, spending, and you're not building anything. You're not constructing. You're not advancing in life, and you're just being at the same point. As in you're not advancing. And to join what Ray was saying before, I agree with him. As in, we need to kind of stop the machine, press the reset button, destroy everything, and just let the mankind and human race be free and see where it goes, because it can't be worse off than what we're living in right now, right? So it can only be better, because we're already at the bottom, so we can only go up.
Yeah, amen to that, man. Who's next? Who's next?
No, when it comes to that, yeah, I think what you guys are saying about let everything go makes more sense to me as well, in the sense where like we've been doing the same thing for what, couple of decades, like not even decades actually.
3 decades.
Yeah.
Centuries.
We've been doing this from centuries, as you know, because I'm like looking into it, like the industrial
revolution.
Thank you. It started not too long ago from now, and we've been doing the same thing, and we saw the dramatical differences. And honestly, there has been a time where it was working fine, but now we've come to a point where it's really not working out. You know what I'm saying? And as Einstein said, do the same thing time and time again, expecting a different result is this
is madness
of insanity. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm all for rebooting. I'm all for everyone doing their own thing. Yeah, doing their own thing in a sense of, like you said, order, not control. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
So yeah, and I personally think like nature does, it's the law of the fittest. It's true. Like only the strong will survive in that sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you can, with your freedom, with your whatever you want to do, whatever you want to do, you know what I'm saying? And you decide to go around spreading chaos and malice, you know what I'm saying? You won't get very far anyway, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure more or less what we came down to with this with the first topic, we were saying like there's a natural inclination towards a leader, you know what I'm saying? And maybe not a leader in this sense, but just what is right, if you ask me, and what is working for everyone. And if one thing is working out, it's going to be like the same thing is going to be spreading out throughout a specific time anyways. And before you know it, my point of view is like sooner or later, I think there's going to be a sense of balance. If everyone, as I said, like, you know, we hit the reset and everyone's
following your moral compass is what I'm saying.
That's it. Yeah.
Amen to that, bro.
That's what I'm
saying. So Oscar, man, what are you saying?
Yeah, 100, man. You know, the natural man versus material man. I feel like we're coming into an age where there's 1,000, million, gazillion options, you know what I mean? Especially with the technology now as well. The internet's just opened up a whole new world where you can either use it to your advantage and either connect and go back into basically like your nature, or you can either just stay on that boat and carry on that ride into like the material man and just fall into the capitalist cycle. I mean, if you can be on the outside and look around you and look at different angles or different avenues of falling into that into the nature or into the material, then that's good. But I mean, you have to be aware of it. You get me? So just use it to your advantage, I'd say. Yeah, man. But definitely, I think we definitely do have to reboot.
Thanks, Oscar. What about you, Ray? What's your final word, man?
So my final word is that we'll never, like, nature will always win, fam. Do you get me? We are a product of nature. You feel me? Man has done a lot of sophisticated and incredible things, but nothing on the level of nature, of what nature has created. Do you get me? Nature has created us. Do you get me? So naturally, the powers we should abide by are the creative powers that created us, which is nature. Do you get me? Which will always be the superior. You feel me? Which is what we have within us. Do you get me? So I always abide by people getting a lot more in touch with nature, getting a lot more in touch, and thus more in touch with themselves. And from there, we can actually start being true to what's really the best thing for humanity, was really the best thing for ourselves, was really the best things for our kin and for our communities, because then we'll be in touch with nature rather than being led by the materials of man, of these man-made things that are that have certain agendas behind them. Do you get me? That then propel us out of alignment with who we actually are. Do you get me? So I'm always going to be for nature. Do you get me? Like, man will never understand nature to an extent where, you know, you can utilize it in sort of a material way, like, you know, we're using society and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, man, nature is like the God. Do you get me? So I say we everyone gets a lot more in tune with nature, man. Do you get me? And yeah, only good things can come from there. Do you get me?
Amen. I agree.
Man, say,
Yeah, man.
yo, so I'm just gonna finish it up with this like quote from Indians famous quote. It says like only when the last tree has died and the last river that has been poisoned, the last fish being caught, will man realize that we cannot eat money.
Eat money.
Yeah.
So basically, natural man versus material man, like
Mm.
we just need to like find a balance between both.
Mm.
And making sure that we don't lose our humanity. You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts.
That's what's up, man. Like let's keep that humanity
About
intact.
balance.
Balance it out. Like whatever you're doing out there, man, try to navigate yourself in this capitalistic system, even though it's cannibalizing nature and stuff.
Mm.
Try to give love. Try to take care of the people that you love around you. But don't lose your humanity, because not losing humanity mean like you think about nature, you think about animals, you think about whatever, you think about health, and let's keep that energy and try to build like a better future. You know what I mean? So that's
man. I say go within and more than anything in it, yeah, trust yourself, because more times than not, you're always right, fam. Do you get me, fam?
Mm.
Don't believe in the narratives that are being given to you from outside, bruv. You know 100% what's right within you. You feel me? Which is what I mean by go within you. When you go within you, then you can't be led astray. Do you know what I mean? So trust yourself, and yeah, man, and just love yourself as well. Love yourself before you love others, because that's the only way you can actually love others.
Exactly. Yeah. If you love yourself first.
Facts.
Yeah, man. Exactly. So on that note, man, yo, let's finish up the podcast. This was our first episode, Natural Man versus Material Man. Don't forget to add us, to subscribe, to add our social. I'll put it like hair. You'll see it like flowing. and yeah, that's what's up. Like, you know what I mean? I was your proud host. I'm K Cole.
Thanks for having us.
Tribal. Shout out to my man Ray Infinity. Shout out to Inno. Shout out to my main man Burks. Shout out to Wizman. Like he's not even there, but anyway.
Shout out to him still.
Kagebushi no Jitsu.
No, he did that 4 Hokage teleportation jutsu.
The yellow flash.
Yeah,
man,
yellow
that's
flash.
to the seal, like, you get me? Shishi no jutsu, get me?
He's back.
He's back now.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
Yo, Wiz, finish.
I said I'll be right back. All right, listen.
No. But we rounded it up. But it's up
cool.
to you, like, to just say bye to everyone, man. Like,
so yeah, man. Listen,
I want to just say thank you to everyone. So yeah, that's what's up.
Cool. What about all the girls in me? No, I'm just joking. Like
Your missus is gonna hit you.
Listen, she's going to see this. She's going to see this. Listen, I will take no part of it. He was not here.
Rudy's the leader anyway, so he needs to take responsibility.
Yo, I'm gonna edit this out, man.
Cut it.
Anyway,
no, that's it, man. That's it.
Yo, thanks for coming through, man. It was an amazing podcast, and let's keep this shit going. And yeah, that's what's up. It's a wrap. Peace.